I was saying to myself, Torian, when is the next time I'm going to do a fentanyl based video? Because I feel like it's been a long time since I've done one, and and if I have done one recently, it wasn't talking necessarily about someone who OD'd. Well, here we are. Now, this is a very interesting story right here. You have this woman who is a cop whose name is Courtney Bannick, and she is laid out almost as if she is lifeless right here in this picture from a body cam footage from, I'm guessing, her partner. So what happened was Courtney was doing a routine traffic stop, and the person that they pulled over had fentanyl on them, and she got exposed to that fentanyl. And we know how potent fentanyl is, that just a little whiff of it, even if you aren't intentionally trying to use it, can make you OD. Well, she got a whiff of it, and it ended up making her look like this, like right there at the traffic stop. So much, in fact, that she had to get 3 doses of Narcan in order to revive her. That's how powerful this fentanyl is. A Florida, of course, Florida, police officer making a traffic stop was accidentally exposed to fentanyl, triggering a potential overdose that forced other officers to administer 3 doses of Narcan. She was completely lifeless. She looks deceased in these videos, Tavares Police Detective Courtney Sullivan told Fox 35 after reviewing body cam video of Tavares Police Department Officer Courtney Bannick, who pulled over a vehicle just after midnight Tuesday before suffering a potential overdose. Bannick said she discovered narcotics, which police said they believe was to be fentanyl, on the passenger side of the vehicle during the stop, prompting her to take the passenger into custody. The officer began having difficult breathing shortly after, with another officer at the scene saying it appeared Bannick was drifting in and out of consciousness. The Tavares officer and Astachula, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, someone down in Florida let me know. Police officer at the scene determined Bannick was in need of medical attention, prompting them to remove her from her vehicle and begin to administer a dose of Narcan, a drug that reverses the effects of an opioid overdose. Dramatic body cam footage of the incident shows Bannick laying motionless on the side of the road as other officers tend to her, eventually sitting her up as she appeared to regain consciousness. Officers say Bannick was brought back and talking, only to again lose consciousness and may have stopped breathing, causing the officers to administer 2 more doses of Narcan. An ambulance finally arrived on the scene and took the officers to an area hospital where she is expected to make a full recovery. The other officers at the scene believe Bannick may have been exposed to fentanyl, which can be deadly in small doses. While she was handling dollar bills, the drugs were rolled into. Although she was wearing gloves while handling the narcotics, officers say a gust of wind may have blown some of the drugs towards her and were inhaled into her system. Bannick told Fox 35 that she is thankful to be alive, crediting the other officers at the scene for their quick action. "I have done this 100 times before the same way. It only takes one time and a minimal amount," Bannick said. "I'm thankful I wasn't alone and had immediate help." Sullivan agreed, saying the worst outcome was avoided. "If the other officers weren't there, there's a very high chance and probability that would be different and that we would be wearing our thin blue line, the strap that goes over our badges. The individuals that were pulled over in the car now could face felony charges in the incident." So that's just a telltale sign to y'all how powerful and potent this drug is. So it said it was rolled up into money, and a gust of wind just blew and it got onto her, and she most likely inhaled it, and it had her in this state right here. Because I'm gonna be honest, she does look dead. She does look like she checked out on life. Now, going into this story, I'm sitting here thinking that, did the cop overdose willingly? Were they doing this on the clock? Because I was literally going into that thinking that this was what this story was going to be, not knowing it was this outcome right here. That is crazy how powerful this is. Remember, for those of y'all of a certain age, do y'all remember anthrax? when people were scared to open up letters because they was afraid it was coming in the mail. I wouldn't be surprised if people start sending letters, quote unquote, that is laced with fentanyl. I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if some people have already done that. But yeah. And just like that, like I said, it caused the people who was in the passengers in the car to get their crime upgraded to felony. So they probably was going to have maybe some misdemeanor charges possibly, but because she OD'd because of their product, and you know how the thing goes, it says if a person overdoses from it, the person whose product it was, as in or acting as a supplier, they are going to be the ones that's going to face the felony. That's crazy. It's almost like they did a unexpected drug deal where she was not the person getting the drug, but their product got onto her during a search and it caused her to OD. That's some crazy stuff. But like I said, to those out there, y'all better be very careful about opening up your packages, because you never know what people are going to put up in there. People are crazy out here. Some people are that crazy that they will want to see harm done to you just because, for shits and giggles.